Star Wars X-Wing Rogue Squadron, one of my favorite Legend books of all time. I'm going back and rereading the entire X-Wing series now that they're making some headway with the production of Star Wars Starfighter. And I just forgot how good this story really was. The characters are vivid, they come to life. The action is easy to read and follow, and it is action-packed. It's not too heavy on the politics of everything. It just dives right into the action. There's some good intrigue involved with it, like who's the spy? Is Tekko a threat? But it is so fun to read this book. I forgot how awesome it was. And I think that if you're looking for a fun read set in the Legends universe, you can't go wrong with this book or this series. Michael Stackpole did a fantastic job of really nailing the camaraderie of this fighter squadron in the galaxy far away. Wedge Antilles, a background character from all three of the original trilogy movies, takes center stage in this one as he leads the rogues on daring missions against the Empire as they move towards the conquest of Coruscant. Corran Horn is introduced in this book, and I know that he's kind of a Gary Stu in some people's eyes, but I'm a little bit more forgiving of that kind of thing the older I get, and I just start getting that nostalgia looking back at it from when I first started reading it when I was in junior high school. And it just has been so fun to revisit this book, and I just can't wait to dive in and experience more with the rest of the X-Wing series. Some real highlights of this book. The introduction of Izard, I thought was really intimidating. She has this edginess to her, this cool, conniving, deadly vibe that she puts out. And I think that she's a really great antagonist for the story. Honestly, the first few times that I read these books, I was kind of wondering, why did they have Curtin Lore in there? He's not a fighter pilot. He's not really a threat to Rogue Squadron. But as I started getting deeper and deeper into the series, I really began to see that he was an interesting character to include in this. He had a personal connection to Corran Horn and Ilawasari, and he had these flaws. And that's the thing that I like about these books. These characters have flaws, very real flaws. Corran Horn is a little bit of an egomaniac, and every so often he has to check himself before he goes too far and makes a mess of things because of his ego. Tekko Selchu, I think he's a really great character as well. The traumatic experience of not only having lost his planet and his entire family, but also being ostracized by the Alliance because he may or may not be a sleeper agent, I thought was really well done. But Wedge Antilles, he's the character that I keep coming back to these books for. Wedge Antilles is a compelling character. He has such great leadership, and he's got such great poise in stressful situations. He is my real draw to the X-Wing series. Corran's great, and Corran does do a lot of development as time goes by, but Wedge Antilles, he's the guy that I'm here for. And one of the things that I think that Stackpole did that was pretty miraculous with this story is he made dogfighting and space combat fluid enough, but also detailed enough to make it feel real. So you're able to follow the dogfights, you're able to follow the larger picture of what's going on in the battles, and I thought that was just great. If you have not read this book, I highly recommend that you go out and pick up a copy. But if you have read it and you're looking for more adventures of Rogue Squadron, don't skip out on the X-Wing Rogue Squadron comic book series. The Rogue Squadron comics are really great as well. Probably the best real hit for me was the arc The Phantom Affair, which takes place when the rogues are trying to deliver supplies to a planet that is more focused on academia. It was great art, great story, all coming together. And from there on, it's just a lot of fun. not to discredit Rogue Leader and the first arc that came out when they were on Silper, but Phantom Affair is where things really kick off for me. So that's my recommendation for Star Wars X-Wing Rogue Squadron. Again, if you haven't read it, make sure you go out and pick up a copy as soon as possible. Hopefully your local library has one, but I know that it's also available on like Libby and on Kindle. So again, can't recommend this book and series highly enough. I will be coming back with my reviews of the rest of the X-Wing series in the days and weeks ahead. And thanks for watching this. I really appreciate that you guys clicked on this video. Have a great day.